welcome to the Galaxy Man show for this brand new week. So I am going live with this amazing artist known by the name of Courtney Hart. Everyone, if you're not following Courtney, definitely go show her the love and support. Get behind more artists like Courtney. I'm about to add Courtney into the show right now on the Galaxy Man Show interview show. So here we go, adding Courtney in right now to the show. Hey Courtney, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Really good, thanks. I just want to say first up, thank you so much for taking the time to join my show, Courtney. It means so much that you have joined my show today as a guest. To people that don't know who you are, Courtney, if you can give like a bit of backstory about yourself first, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
Yeah. Long story short, I grew up in the entertainment world and I decided that I wanted to act and sing as well. And I'm from Georgia, so I sing pop music with undertones of country and rock. And yeah, I've been doing it ever since I was little. There was never a time where I didn't do it. And yeah, I've got a cool cat. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for asking me. I wish I was sitting with you under the palm trees. It looks so
Yes.
nice.
We'll dive right into the questions now, Courtney. So, for my very first question, you have created incredible original songs, and for the first original song I'm going to mention is "Somebody's Someone." Like, what was it like creating this song, and what is the meaning behind "Somebody's Someone"?
Yeah, I actually wrote this song like 10 years ago. I just kind of felt like in my early 20s, a lot of people were, I know it sounds like young now, but a lot of people were getting married and growing up, and I just was going on like a bunch of horrible dates. And I just remember saying to myself, like, someone's out there for me. I'm going to be somebody, someone someday. And I was like, that's a song. And I don't know, I just wrote it and it took me a while to like write the second verse and go through more things. And but yeah, that was the last single that I released. And it's all about just like if you feel discouraged in your life or in dating right now, you're your own person, maybe you're still looking for your someone. But that's kind of the meaning behind the song, is to just like not give up, and it's like reminiscent of old relationships while being hopeful for future ones.
So, on to my very next question. So, you've also created an EP called Spring. What was it like coming up with the idea of wanting to create this EP, and what's the meaning behind this EP?
Yeah, I in the pandemic when the world shut down, I wrote a bunch of songs and then I kind of grouped them together and I put them into seasons based on like the themes. So spring is very much it's kind of like a big middle finger to like it's just a sassy round of music. There's a song, All of the Girls, which is like, I hope when you're with her, you think of me. My favorite drug is like a very codependent song, like I'm addicted to you. Lullaby was like, I should have seen this coming. It kind of ends on that sad lullaby note, which will bring us into my next EP will be Summer. And so we are now entering Sad Girl Summer. So these are going to be like more breakup songs, more I don't know, sadder, slower type songs.
So on to my very next question. So you've
Mhm.
also created an called Hell Nah, which is a great title, by the way. What was
Thanks.
it like
Oh,
coming up with, no, you're very welcome. Like, what was it like creating this like song for Hell Nah? And like, what is the meaning behind this song?
yeah. Maren Morris wrote a song called Drunk Girls Don't Cry. And she's basically singing the song to her friend. And the first lyric is, what you do with trash, you take it out. So why are you letting him hang around? And I thought maybe it would be fun to write from the friend's perspective, where the friend, like, for lack of better terms, grows some balls and tells
Yes.
whoever's coming back to her, absolutely not. Um, and I just wrote Hell Non. It was like kind of like my female empowerment anthem of like, no way, we're not letting the trash back in. Don't even bother asking.
So on to my very next question. So you've
Mhm.
also created a song called Angel. Like, what was it like creating Angel, and what's the meaning behind this song?
Yeah, I'm very open about this on my platform. I'm a sober person. I have been sober for a while now. I went through a lot of mental health stuff, depression, anxiety, and there does get a point when you kind of struggle with that where, it gets a little dark. And I kind of wrote Angel as a note to myself to like just keep going. And it really wasn't anything I ever intended having anyone listen to. But then I thought, social media is becoming such a huge platform for people to relate about mental health issues and just about like hard times in their lives. And that's what art is for me, is, having a common thread with other people. And I thought, why not release it? So that's how Angel came about. Yeah.
I actually, with the whole anxiety part, I can actually relate to having anxiety. Music is such an empowering thing in my eyes, and it's helped me a great deal with my anxiety a lot. Like supporting artists like yourself. That's why I actually created
Mhm.
my show in the first place, to get more artists like yourself out, and it's like to, yeah, just like to help my like anxiety also, just like it's hard to explain, but like it's music has like helped me such a great deal, and I'm so thankful for artists like yourself that bring out amazing music and just empower the world these days with music. And like especially when COVID first hit, how the industry went a bit down when COVID hit. Like how did that affect you when the music went down?
It's funny. I didn't have any equipment at home. I wrote a lot of music. But I couldn't really like make or put any songs out because I wasn't like Taylor Swift, where I had like my own setup in my house. And yeah, I mean, it also though gave like a beautiful pause in life for me to learn about a lot of things and grow just as a human as and an artist. And I really tried hard to just find the beauty in the pause of like everyone was kind of in the same place. There was no one who was playing shows, no one who was in the studio until people started to kind of figure it out months into the pandemic. But yeah, it was just a big halt moment and like self-reflection. And I think that's important in art.
So on to my very next question. So what made you decide as a person and especially as an artist to get into the whole singing in the first place?
Yeah, my dietitian, has he's obsessed with playing guitar, and he really introduced me to music at a young age. And I can remember feeling anxious, like you said. Like some of my earliest memories were just being anxious, and I just would love. My mom would play the Carpenters in the car, or my dad would be like, we would jam REO Speedwagon and like drive around. And I just remember thinking, what a fun outlet and way to just like relate to other people that wasn't necessarily I don't know. I You can hear a song and you can like add your own story to it. I mean, you know how it is. And that was a sense of calmness. Like I didn't really feel like I was going through things alone anymore. That and that was when I was like, I want to tell my stories too, and I just want people to smile and turn on their radio, even if it's not me. It's just nice to know, like, I love what you do, right? It's like you just care about music, you just want to talk to musicians, it helps your anxiety. To me, I mean, four people are on this, that's enough. Like, we've touched someone else today, you know what I mean? And that's what like music is for me. And I was like, I need to do it. And I would also go to school when I was little, and boys would piss me off on the playground, and I would come home and tell my parents I wrote like a little song. So it's also like kind of my coping mechanism.
So on to my very next question. So what
Yeah.
does music like mean to you? Like especially as an artist, like when you're performing in front of crowds, like what does connecting mean to you?
Oh my gosh. I think especially in this world, human connection is absolutely everything. I think we spend so much time on the computer and on social media, and nothing really is like real anymore. And I'll say for like live shows, there's such like a beautiful connection you get with someone just having like raw vocals and raw music. It's not like a record that you hear that's like incredibly auto-tuned or overproduced nowadays. It's like an opportunity for you to like see someone and realize that they're a human, and you know that your story is not original. Other people have experienced the same things you've experienced, and you may be able to help someone by sharing your story. And I think that's like what music means to me, is it's just a universal language. And yeah, think that that's really cool.
So on to my very next question. So if you could work with
Mhm.
any top three music artists in the music industry, who would they be and why?
um Lana Del Rey, because she doesn't care. She doesn't mean she cares, but she doesn't care what people think about her. I love that her vocals are raw, her lyrics are raw. Stevie Nicks, just because she heavily influences me. She also, I mean, she has like random cowbells in her songs, and just like the whole journey of her and Lindsey Buckingham and Fleetwood Mac. I could do a whole half hour just on them. And of course, Taylor Swift. I mean, I know that's a very cliche answer, but she is a powerhouse, and I would love to get inside of her brain and just see how she sees the world. I'll never be able to see inside anyone's brain, but I think that I really do believe she's a mastermind, and it would be cool to work from beginning to end with her.
So on to my very next question. So if you could go anywhere on tour as an artist, like what would be your like dream destination to go to and why?
Oh my gosh, I really want to go to Tokyo.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to work at Disneyland for 4 years, and there I learned so much about Tokyo Disneyland and just the Japanese culture. They taught me so much, and I would love to go and play music in Tokyo.
I actually love that. I actually been to Disneyland before, a couple of years back. Loved Disneyland. Me and my family went for my brother's basketball tournament a couple of years back and enjoyed it so much. Would go again if I had the chance. But yeah, overall, really loved Disneyland and so much things to do there too. Like yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it and loved being at Disneyland overall.
Yeah.
But on to my very next question for you, Courtney. So if you could give your younger self advice, like looking back over your time in the career of music, like what would your advice be to your younger self? And if you could go to any decade in time and space, like what decade would you go to and why?
Whew. If I could give my younger self any advice, it would be don't let men in this industry push you around and make you do things. That sounded like horrible, but I mean, with your music, stand up for your music, stand up for your art. Don't listen to what other, even women, men and women, don't listen to what people who are big industry players are, not big industry players, people who are in music who are trying to change who you are as an artist. Never jeopardize your artist integrity. That's what I would tell my younger self. What was the second half?
If
Oh,
you go
what
to
decade would I
any,
be
yeah,
from? I feel on the inside like I was always intended to be from the 70s.
okay.
Yeah. Just in like the I guess in music and just in life before technology. Um yeah, like the psychedelic age.
Awesome. So on to my
Yeah.
very next question. So
Mhm.
on to my very next question for you, Courtney. So, like, what advice would you give to upcoming artists that want to start out in music? And yeah, what advice would you give to upcoming artists?
Don't give up. Keep going every day. Commit to your art. Make sure you connect with other artists. Community is so important. Not everybody is nice, but find your people and stay there. Don't let one person's opinion deter you from doing what you want to do. Uh, and just keep working. And if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will.
So on to my very last question for you, Courtney. So, like, what's next for you, like music wise? Like, anything that you would like to announce on the show that's coming for the rest of 2024?
Sure, I have a new single coming out, probably end of May, beginning of June. Haven't decided yet. I'm going to be playing a couple of shows coming up, which I'm really excited about. Going to do an acoustic show and a full band show. Um, yeah, that's all kind of I could say right now, but I love it. I'm really excited for the year. And I've been
Well,
writing a lot of music, so I don't know, I'm just excited to get back into the studio and share some more things with the world.
yes. Well, I just want to say, Courtney, thank you so much. Like it means the world that you've joined my show today. Everyone, if you're not following Courtney, definitely go get behind more inspiring artists like Courtney in this world. Um, Courtney, any last final words that you'd like to share to people on the show? Any empowering words?
Not really. I just want to say thank you. Thanks for chatting. I had so much fun. I thought it was so sweet that we connected on Instagram and you took time to listen to my music and, make time for me. And, I feel for you with anxiety. Hang in there. I've got it bad this week and we'll get through it with the power of music.